Are you ready to unleash your full potential and become unstoppable in your success and leadership?
Welcome to the Unleashed and Unstoppable podcast, where we provide powerful insights and strategies for coaches, corporate leaders, and entrepreneurs. I'm Alexanne Carter.
And I'm Carol Register, and we're certified master neurocoaches who are passionate about helping you overcome your limiting beliefs and optimize your performance.
Each week, we'll be sharing actionable tips and strategies using neuroscience, from interviews with industry experts to solo episodes, to help you lead a life of power, purpose, and possibility on your own terms.
Join our community of like-minded individuals. Hit subscribe now, and let's be unleashed and unstoppable together.
Hey, wildly ambitious leader. Thanks for jumping on to another episode of Unleashed Unstoppable podcast. This week on this episode, I am interviewed by Nadia Marks, the amazing artist and illustrator for Free to Be Me, and we dive into each page and section of the book and describing in detail the vision and the reason why the words, the scenes, and everything was really created in this way to capture the essence of a child from the moment that they wake up until the moment that they go to bed, to embody that confidence, that courage, that resilience, so they truly feel free to be themselves no matter what they do. So tune in, enjoy, and my invitation is for you to go into your inner child and really experience this joy and love and passion and connection while I share the vision in more depth of this story.
Tell me about this book. Like, what did you see possible for it that you are so excited?
It's that kid-like fun and joy. Like there's three words. It's like feeling love, like really, really, really knowing that you're loved.
Yeah.
Joy. And I stand for love, connection, and joy. I stand for love, connection, and joy. And that's what this book is. It's love, it's connection, and it's joy. It's love with ourselves and other people. So there are moments in the book where there are more individual scenes so that the child really feels that that empowerment, right? That individual self-empowerment piece. And then there's those moments where there's that love, right? And that people are allowed in, and that there's this collaboration.
Yeah.
There is a really good, the world balance, but when I have part of this vision with some of the with the vision behind this book, right? It's like, honestly, look at the senior leadership distinctions, right? It's like a lot of that came in. It's like we get to innately know that we've got this on our own and we can be supported, that we don't have to do everything by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
That we don't need the external validation, that we do it out of pure love and joy because we want to do this, right? That we're not trying to impress anybody. We just innately have it inside of us. And so when I see the different pages of the book, I want to create that. I want to, that's why there was an intentional scene, like, for example, the kitchen scene, or even I love this now with the bike ride scene, to create these intergenerational opportunities where you have grandparents, parents, grandchildren, you might even have great grandchildren, to show that, because there's also this generational, there's generational patterns, right? And so showing that as a family standing for, raising free children. So I would say, if I really looked at every page, I was very intentional with the visions I originally had for each of these pages, because of looking at when I look at women in burnout, it's like, what are the things that lead to burnout? Like, a lot of this was very reverse engineered in terms of what I was showing. And it, since I said that, let me just explain what I had a vision for, for the book. So starting off with I had my rest and I get to do my best. I'm grateful for this new day. I love myself in every way. Is one, I once heard that our day starts the night before. So really really promoting, proper sleep and proper health, right? Partially also, we're waking up in our own beds because that's also good sleep hygiene, for kids as they get older, because my kids like to come in our beds in the middle of the night. Right. And then I get to do my best, like I get, and like, just know that whatever I do today, I've done my best, right? It's not about it needing to be perfect. I want to get rid of the perfection. So like, it's like, I know that I do my best, and we start off with that positive self-talk right off the day as we start the day. And then I'm just really grateful for this new day, and I love myself in every way. I don't need to do or be anything today to know that I'm loved.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, I just get to show up and be my best, and I'm loved. Like, I don't have to do anything. So that's really the preface and the vision of like that first page of like setting the scene of like, like this excitement for a new day, right? I'm just thinking of a lot of people that often will wake up feeling very depressed, very unmotivated. I just want that zest, right? That joie de vivre to be like there right off, like just starting the day off with that. Then we go into the child is now stretching beside the bed or on a mat. Right? I stretch my arms, I touch my toes. I feel the calm, it gently flows. I breathe in deep, I stand up tall and peaceful, grounded through it all. So the reason where that came in is that so many in this rush society is like, we get out of bed and it's like, right? And so my vision here was kind of taking the savers. I don't know if you're familiar with savers with Hal Elrod. So S is silence, A is affirmations, V is vision, E is exercise, and R is reading. So I wanted to sort of like help children ground in the day, because if they start off rushing, they're just going to rush through their whole day. Yeah. So I kind of wanted to like, again, as adults, right? How many of us are invited to like start the day slowly, take time to do your journaling, take time to move your body. So that's where that came in, is like really, really inviting children from a young age too, just to build that in, right? To build, to really get the body ready for the day. That it's not just like I get out of bed and it's like, boom. It's like I ground myself. And that grounding piece is really important, because it's to be reminded to be grounded, because that's a big thing. It's always a skill of teaching young children of being grounded and to relax the nervous system. So that's where that came in. Then, I brush my teeth. My smile so bright. I'm brave and strong in all my might. I look into the mirror and I see I'm someone special. I love being me. This was inspired by Mel Robbins in The High Five, to like start your day looking at yourself in the mirror with positive affirmations, because how many of us go through life when we look in the mirror and we like critique ourselves, right? I thought the brushing teeth would be cute because like subtly, like when I thought of this book was also to integrate like just general children responsibilities, right? And like brushing teeth is really important. And so I'm looking like as a mom, like what are some of the things that are not always the easiest? Getting kids to brush their teeth is not always the easiest thing. So I'm like, I thought it'd be fun, right? Like I want to assume everybody brushes their teeth, right? So, and then like Abby, of course, lost her 2 teeth. So I thought it would be, fun to have like the 2 teeth missing, because that really relates to kids between 4 to 7. They start losing their teeth. The tooth fairy, maybe who knows, the tooth fairy could be on the page. I don't know, like, just this fun stuff. But that mirror piece, of like really looking into the mirror and see I'm someone special. I love being me. Again, I love being me. I don't need to be anybody else, right? It's that identity piece. I'm not trying to be anybody. It's like, I love being me, and I'm perfect just as I am. Then we have back in the bedroom, right? So the child stands probably in front of the full length mirror, right? Because now obviously after we brush your teeth, we're going to get dressed. This is like, I don't know why, but this is like very like, I don't know, like superhero, like a kid's a superhero. I put on my clothes, I strike a pose, I'm strong, I'm loved, and I belong, right? And so like something like this or like this, like that power stance, again, reinforcing, I don't need to do anything else to be loved, and I am strong, right? And this is where the affirmations start to come in as kids enter their day, reinforcing the positive self-talk before they even leave the house. And I just love, I just love that scene. I just imagine them being in a superhero, because kids, like I would talk about their superpowers, and it's just really, it's like our contracts. I call them, our power statements. And so there's that there. And then, like I am my biggest cheerleader. It's true. I love and encourage myself in all that I do. Again, reinforces that self-encouragement. I don't need anybody else. This is outside validation. That it comes from me innately. Everything else becomes bonus. But that was the big thing, right? Of just again, they can continue to encourage themselves. Again, I believe certain, important things to ground into right before you're kind of going on to your day. Then this is like the first fun scene, collaborative scene, playroom or art room. I do have the child as vibrant space. I mean, of course, this could be a sibling scene. I think it could be really cute to have siblings. I mean, it could potentially be a classroom. But I just think I actually think of you, Maddie. It's like, I don't know if it's like your scene, but, and the idea is like my creativity shines in every way. I'm not afraid to get messy and play. That was to really invite like creativity. My experience of children is they're all really creative. And they're just creative in very different ways. And I feel like somewhere along the line, when I talk to a lot of people, that gets squished. So I really want like the creativity to really be shined here. And then abracadabra, I make something new with scissors, colors, and sparkly glue. Comes right from my kid, right? Like she kept saying abracadabra somewhere, which is why I put that in. Because she kept saying abracadabra. I don't know. Like I think kids at that age, right? Like they're really into like magician and that's I think where that came from. And then of course Abby always was looking for her scissors. She's always looking for glue. She's always looking for pencils. Like I've got pictures of her playroom. One day I walked in and she'd made it like an art display and she had all of her art up along the walls, which I thought was super cool. And that was another idea I had, like we could potentially have like some of Abby's art. And I know I'm saying Abby, but again, I'm referring to like, any kid, but just like, this is really like the scene where like, you just get to play and you be messy because creation is messy. And the idea here, is that it's the opposite of perfect. And that's why I want to ground in. It's like, this is the opposite of perfect, is that, I used to have a rule in my classroom. I didn't care how messy the classroom got. It could be, because I do believe in that, right? As long as it was clean by the end of the day. So the classroom could say however it was, but as long as by the end of the day, the classroom was clean. And it's kind of the kids' playroom that I leave it a little bit, as long as we clean it like once in a while, but it's fine as long as the mess is like contained chaos. So that was just the vision there. Obviously like there's more notes here, but I'm just going based on like my vision for this. Then again, another playroom or classroom scene, cleaning up when play is through, working together. That's what we do. We sing, we dance, we put things away, then high five each other, hip, hip, hooray. The vision for this is really the collaboration. One, because cleaning up is not easy for kids. So I really wanted to, honestly, this was like I was looking for affirmations to like get the kids motivated to clean up. And so just having songs, we're always playing cleanup songs. Cause even in the classroom, even at home, like it's fun to have cleanup songs. So that's why I'm like, let's sing and dance. Cause like to bring that in. But it is really a collaboration piece, about working together and creating collaboration. So again, it's another great scene. Like these are the kind of scenes that I imagine when we have different portraits. Like these are the kind of scenes that we could probably like put the kids in. This is scenes like this are also really good for the for integration. What am I trying to say here? Like mixed cultures. I do think it's important at some point, and it could be this and it could be another, like to have a child in a wheelchair. I saw this in a book somewhere, like inclusivity. So inclusivity is really important. I really want every child to see themselves. So like a kid with glasses on, I say wheelchair. It could be on crutches. I don't know, but I don't want, right? Like I've taught blind kids before. I just want every kid to feel seen in this book. I think that's really important to me. So it could be this scene. There's a couple others that we can look at, but I think that's really important to be mindful of, is that I do believe that for this to really get in all the hands, whether we translate it or not, that every kid can sort of identify themselves in some way, shape, or form. And then the cheerful scene. I love to try something new. I'm proud of what I can do, making yummy snacks for me and you, baking with love and sharing too. So this is really my giving and generosity scene. I did see as one of my generational scenes because I just felt like kids were cooking in the kitchen with their grandparents. Not that this is really a reflection of like myself, but it's just like it tends to be things that you do hear about. So I did feel like this could be like one of the generational scenes. It was giving and generosity. That was the intention here. Is really in the giving and generosity and trying something new, right? It's that sense of trying something new and collaboration and generation, and giving and generosity was really that page here. Then I sing so high, I touch the sky, I laugh out loud and I soar up high. I'm fearless, that's a fact. Nothing stops me, no looking back. Obviously, these are my Abby scenes. Her on that tree swing. When we first moved here, she got out of that tree swing and, whatever. So like people pushed her around, picked her up that day. And all of a sudden she had like learned how to like put steps to get on the swing by herself and got higher. Then I don't know if it was the next day or the day after, she now learned how to climb up the tree swing. So this symbolizes steps. Like that's I think what I mean by this. Like it's not just the tree swing. It's like when you are on a tree swing, you feel free, right? You've got the wind in your hair, you got the skirt flying up or whatever, and you're just so happy. You're so giggly, and just like it brings all the kids around, and it's just like so freaking cool. There's a tree swing in a school, okay? Like it's just so neat, and that's what blew my mind when we first moved here. Is that one, it had little kids and big kids working together. Two, there was collaboration happening. And three, I just saw my kid like grow, and not just her. I saw another little girl do the same thing. Right. And it's like, I don't know, it's like support, but it's just something about that. And like the trees, like the kids can just try, like climb the trees. Like they're just free. Again, I just remember working as a kid, in one of my schools in Ottawa, and we take the kids to the playground and the kids climb the tree. And guess what? Get down from the tree. You're going to break a leg. And it was just like, put the supports in place to keep them safe. Like my girls know safety first, man. It's always safety first. They can climb a tree, but I just want to spot them, Abby climbed a massive snowbank, and she's like, Mom, I can do this. And again, I just spotted her, right? Like I'm training her to make sure she has spots, she has supports, right? It's like, again, it's like a collaborative piece, but there was just something about that tree, and it was very symbolic when we first moved to Panama. And so I guess that's why I'm very attached. And I'm so sad because we got water on this picture. One of the first pictures she drew when we moved here was her on that tree swing. So I do have some pictures. Even the first week of school, the Aya did like a little like reel of the first week, and there's a video of Abby on the swing. So it's very symbolic that her on that tree swing. So I know that's like really lengthy about the tree swing, but that's a tree swing. And of course it's nature and stuff like that, which is important to us. And then the next piece with I'm fearless, that's a fact, nothing stops me, no looking back. I mean, that's her hiking, right? Like that's her determination. And this brings me back to when we were doing our 40 hikes. Abby hiked, was it 7 kilometers? 7 kilometers. And on this hike, this is like the picture I think you've seen of her, like, that like one of her on the hike, like she's like super determined. But you heard the Jesse Itzler, right? Like how are you feeling? Shoot, what does he say? Oh no, what does he say? How you doing? Oh, I can't remember what he says. Anyways, this 7-kilometer hike, we did this to Abby the whole way. Not the whole way, but like as soon as she started, like we just started, and I'm like, Abby, how are you doing? And she's like, I'm doing good. Or I don't remember the exact phrase. Like, shoot, I can't remember it. Either way, we just kept saying that to her. I kept saying that to her, and she would just like answer. And then she would say, like, Mommy, I'm tired. And I'm like, no, Abby, how are you doing? And she's like, I feel amazing. And we're like, okay, we're almost there, almost there, we're almost there. And she, by the end of it, she hiked literally parking lot to parking lot. Like she did the whole return hike. And she probably did more than 7K because she ran across the bridge and all the stuff. But whatever Strava says, 7K. And she did that. And this whole hike, I was like, how do you feel? I feel amazing. And she just kept saying that. And it was just like, and so that's that kind of like that moment of like sheer determination and just being fearless. She's fearless. And like everyone will say she's fearless. And so there's in that scene, it's about sheer determination. I am fearless. That's a fact. Nothing stops me. No looking back. So this is like also type of vision, you know, like me in this book. We said yes, as much as I'm like, sometimes like, why did we do this? This is insane. I'm like, I had a vision. I enrolled an artist who enrolled me in this vision as well. And now we're doing it. We're not looking back. We're committed. Like we just keep going forward. That's this page to me. Right. And that it goes back to Abby in the bike that day. She declared, it's like, what is something you want to be able to do in 5? I want to be able to push off by myself. Right. And I know for kids also with ADHD, having goals is very important. Goals are important. So this is kind of what it is. It's vision. It's senior leadership distinction number 1, having a clear vision in mind and sticking to it. Right. Senior leadership distinction number 2 is, again, living and being by the values of that vision, which as I'm saying, like I've got that subtly tied into the story because of how we show up. Sorry, I told you, man, this is not just a story. Like I have, like, there's every page, there's an intention behind why this is important in the book. Okay. Then playground or park, right? I love that Danielle got this page. I can do this. I commit. I am brave. I trust my grit. I ride my back feeling bold and free and never give up. That's the key, right? And it's the same thing of like, I now have a vision, right? And I get to remind myself that I never give up, and that's the key. Because now we have a vision, we got to keep getting back up. We got to keep getting back up. We got to keep getting back up, which is the power behind this page here. And then another beautiful opportunity to bring in the generations and the family and the love, people doing things together. This is a big thing I'm a stand for. Parents bike riding with their children, parents going down to the river and skipping rocks, like getting out of the doing and just play with your kids. So this is a scene. This is a scene to invite play with children. And so, yes. Danielle can or you can support that. Yay! Rosie's and Ellie in the golden hour. So we build tall towers and dream up the sky, imagine castles where dragons, butterflies, and unicorns fly. Because Abby has a session with unicorns and butterflies, and that's why I put that here.
Rosie loves unicorns.
The vision here was really, again, that collaboration. What is something, so I love, like, it's siblings, right? That they can come together and they can build something. Again, I know you're going to have the spread. So this page, again, is collaboration. Right. And I love that there's sibling collaboration. So that's a beautiful, like, it's so beautiful point, right? Like the sibling collaboration, I think, is really important. Showing the love of a biggest sibling to a smaller sibling as well, like helping, is a beautiful scene there. And then I laugh, I shine, I feel so free. This is my moment. I'm free to be me. Again, very emotional. So I got to tweak this page because I didn't have anywhere in the book that said I'm free to be me. And Amelia, like, is one, because I felt like I have Abby all over this book and I don't have Amelia. But one thing, and I have videos to like send you, is that like every time like we go to the beach every Sunday, Amelia just shows up and she just is like this. She's just in her dress. Oh, it's cutting out. And she just is like this. And she just is like, it doesn't matter. Music plays and she gets up and she moves. And to me, that's freedom, right? That's freedom of expression. She does not give an F if anybody watches her. She does not care. And this is what, like I noticed Abby holds on to that a little bit more of like paying attention to her. Abby could care less. she'll go to, like, actually both my girls will wear pajamas to school. They don't, when it comes to dressing, they don't care. But Amelia, there's just something about her. She's a free bird. That was the feedback that people gave. Amelia is such a free bird. And to me, that was like, that's the page. And that is the page that gets Have Free to Be Me, because she's a free bird. She would go, she'd drop her dolls off, like totally just free. So I have videos, because I have some videos of the girls, like from actually Valentine's Day, to really want to capture. Because like in video, I can really capture it. And then hopefully you can take the video and like turn it into that. But and it always seemed to be by the beach, because there's like, there's bars at the beach, there's music at the beach. And that's why I'm like, this is a beautiful moment to really capture her, like at this musical festival. My goodness, she's on the dance floor and she's like, she don't care if she's around adults. She pushes her way. Like and that's a different confidence. Like that's what I want to capture there. But I have Abby. She's very confident because she's a controller, right? I have my Amelia, who every kid is all 4 operating systems, but obviously I mean, Abby for sure has controller in her, right? So she's got like a driver confidence. Amelia has a full, like, I don't give a shit. I know who I am. And I'm just free. And like, I just get to do my thing, and she's so soft. Like, she's my little angel, but it's so beautiful how she shows up with this confidence. And I never want her to lose that, because I feel like, she just has such more loving nature. I feel like in my experience, those people that have that, people can also, in my experience, can manipulate them, or, you know what I mean? I never want her to lose this beautiful confidence that she has in herself, because it is so beautiful to watch. Like, she helps me just like let loose and just like let go. And who cares what people, like, if people are looking at me, kind of thing. Like, this is what she brings, because she don't care where she is and everyone's watching her. She don't care, like, it's so beautiful. And she is my little princess with her dresses. And so I do want it. Like, I got her a dress for my birthday. And so I kind of imagine it that, or like a really cute, like, we can over the top, like really cute bathing suit with a super frilly skirt. So that's kind of like, that is that. And then, she was always by the ocean. So I just kind of figured, like, it seems to be she's always by the ocean to do that. Okay. I know we're wrapping up. Okay. Then we celebrate one and all. We cheer for our wins, big and small. So the intention behind this is obviously celebrating our wins, big or small, by the end of the day. Neuroscience, right? Integrating wins, celebrations. I'll be honest with you, I'm still really open to this page. I have obviously dance party, still unsure about the page. I feel like this page is really going to come together. I think even you as an artist, I feel like this page is going to come together. And as I said, like, as with you as an artist, like, to like come up with some sort of vision here. The intention of that page is for celebration and just taking a moment to pause and acknowledge yourself, right? It's like, at the end of the day, what worked, it didn't work, how do you get to shift, right? And just like those intentional moments of acknowledgement. Then in the back, we watch them play and smell the magic that we unfolded today. Again, just kind of like taking, like, it's integrating that, slowing down, right? Like, taking time to slow down. I would say there's gratitude in here too. I don't have the gratitude in there, only 30 said gratitude in the book, but my intention there was like, start to create this closeness. We start to wind down. We start to look at, we smile at the magic, because children, it's magic, and it is about a reflection. And I know that helps for brain development of like going through the day and talking about the day and creating that closest connection. And then, who doesn't love a fun bubble bath scene? I'm just going to say, right? So like, for marketing purposes, I was like, who doesn't really love a really fun bubble bath scene? Again, I see this as like a sibling scene. Actually, even, it could be cousin scene. Like, I just thought that was like a really, like that could be a scene that we could, market. And then, snuggled up in bed, reading with family. We cuddle close. The day winds down with stories shared and love all around, right? And this really comes back down to kids really knowing that they're loved before they go to bed. When kids can when kids can feel the love and have that closeness, because that's all children want. They want to be seen and they want to be loved. So if you can create those moments right before bed, it increases their ability to have good sleep. And it also, there's a lot of moments where children will open up to their parents before bed, right? And so like if they had a hard day, this is where they open it up. And if we can just, as parents, be reminded to create that space and that cuddle, and then that's where I thought it would be kind of fun to like do it, and I think it would be kind of fun to do a tent, because something else I feel is really fun. And again, I want to keep it simple, but it can be fun. Like you could do it in a bedroom, or you could do it in a tent, under the stars, which I thought could be pretty cute as an option. And you seem really excited to build that out. So I thought that could be kind of fun. I do find that like, I think that page there could be like the back of the book, and like in the corner of the page or the corner, the back of the book, because I'm not like me and the girls and like me holding the book. So I would love to have like the book in that scene. I've seen that before, and I think it's a beautiful way to do that. And then the last page, as the stars twinkle above, I close my eyes and whisper to myself, I am safe, I am worthy, I am loved. And yeah, I mean, the vision there is just kids knowing that they're safe and they're worthy and they're loved. This is what I say to my girls every night. This is how I say to them, I'm safe, I'm worthy, I'm loved, I'm strong, I'm brave, I can do this. I can't use the I'm strong, I'm brave, I can do this, because that is copyright from Kids Strong. So I found my own way to integrate that throughout the book. But I do say to my kids, I'm safe, I'm worthy, I'm loved every night. And the stars twinkle above, I used to sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star to to Amelia. And again, it's like that positive reinforcement, that positive self-talk as we fall asleep. Yeah.
I'm even wondering if the tent scene should be in their bedroom, but like turn the bedroom into this like magical
with
night.
stars.
Yeah.
We used to have a tent in the girls' room. We had like all the twinkle stars and the cushions. My sister-in-law has like whole tent. I can even like get her to take a picture of that. I mean, you go on Pinterest, they're all there, right? Like you can see there's tons. Like, yeah, we tried that. It didn't quite work. It looks nicer on Instagram or Pinterest than the reality. But yes, I love that. That's that idea.
Because that way they think about their own room as a magical place versus like I have to go outside to.
Yes. Yeah. No, I love that.
Thank you for going through that. I feel so full and clear on exactly the intentionality.
Hey, leader. Thank you so much for supporting the vision of Free to Be Me and helping this book come alive this year through the art and illustrations with Nadia Marks, and helping us reach 1,000 homes and families this year. Your support, your love means absolutely the world to me, and I so appreciate any sponsorship that you are able to provide and to share this opportunity with other families and grandparents and others that would love to have their inner child, or grandchild featured in Free to Be Me. See you next week.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Unleashed Unstoppable podcast with your hosts, Alexandra Carter and Carol Register.
If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review, and subscribe.
That's all for this episode, Wildly Ambitious Leaders. See you next week.